Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos, and general maker of things. Welcome in. Hello Hachikuma, hello Alex, welcome. Good to see you guys. It is a pleasure to have you joining us this what has been Thursday. I hope that your Thursday has been treating you well. Gaming time, let's go. Yeah, for a change, right? And just in time too, because apparently tomorrow is maintenance again. Yeah. Which I completely didn't know about because I haven't played in more than 2 weeks. Whoops. But yay, we're here. We're gonna be doing the thing. So I can't remember when I am in plot. So we are going to be doing the Crystal Tower thing that we stumbled across previously. So we're going to be doing the Legacy of Alag quest. So I have no idea what we're in for. Remember, I have not gotten to this part of the game before. So yay. I have no idea what we're in for, right? Good luck. Yeah, I have no idea what we're in for. I suspect that co-op of some description is going to happen. Wait. Don't lose tracking there, camera. I suspect that co-op of some description is going to happen, but I have absolutely no idea. By the way, I had a rebrand. I was Mystica Games. Alright, okay. Well, it's good to have you back. Yes. It has been very, very busy on the commission front, which I'm immensely grateful for. But yeah, it's been a little bit of time since we were last playing a little bit of games. So yeah, we're hoping you got this. Hopefully. We'll see. If I can remember what buttons do what, basically. Yeah, we shall see. A lot has been going through my brain, and I think at this point in the fight, taking a little bit of time to just catch up and stay up to date and not slip into another 4 or 5 month hiatus from playing games is maybe not a bad thing. So we're gonna see what we can get right. Yeah. In my iteration of reality, today has been a little bit of a weird day on account of that I was on observation duty for couriers, which means I ended up actually having to just basically keep an ear open and watch the gate, which means that I actually got to spend time in the living room for a change. And I ended up just catching up on a couple of episodes of To Be Hero X and Witch Hat Atelier, which I had been meaning to start for a while and have now caught up. So yeah, happiness there. I actually got to watch something for a change. Wow. The character art for Sishian looks amazing, and I believe in you. I know you will kick the butt. Thank you! Greatly appreciated. Yes, we will do the best we can. We've literally just breached the 1 hour mark on Sishian's model, so there's still the 100 hour, the 100, did I say one? I meant 100 hour mark on Sishian's model. So we are hopefully down to the last third of what needs to happen for that to reach conclusion. So very, very exciting. I've read the manga for Witch Hat and it's so good. From what I've seen of the story in the anime, I can 100% agree so far. I mean, it has been incredible storytelling so far. I have been frustrated to death with a certain character, but I think if all goes well, there will be growth on that front, and I can only hope so, because that person is driving me up the wall. I will say the anime makes the visuals better as well. Yeah, I don't know, I forgot to look at which studio is actually responsible for the animation, but they're doing a really good job. Like, a seriously good job. So, kudos to them. I actually really like how the world build handles the whole magic system thing as well. So I was so cautious when I first heard the name, because it's so easy for it gets very easy for arcane things to turn into occult things, and I don't want to touch that with a barge pole, really. So I was very hesitant, and I needed to do some research before I decided, okay, is this actually a series that I want to try? And after finding out that, okay, it passes muster by me, I decided, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. So yeah, I'm not disappointed thus far. Yeah, as far as To Be Hero X is concerned, I've only gotten up to episode, I think, 10 now. I think, yeah, I only just got up to the end of Lucky Cyan's arc, basically, her introduction arc. And also really impressed with the writing there. I heard there was a little bit of a pacing wobble around mid-season in To Be Hero X, but I'm not actually particularly worried about it. Largely because looking at the episode lineup, it looks like a bunch of the episodes now leading up to the season 1 finale are pretty much introductions for a bunch of the other heroes that we're going to see, which are going to be relevant for season 2, which is coming out either end of this year or early next year. So which chat is amazing, and I've never heard of To Be Hero X. Yeah, To Be Hero X is an interesting one. It is a Chinese donghua, and it is a dual medium between 2D and 3D. So from what I can tell, everything that is 3D is present day in terms of plot, and everything that's 2D is either a memory or an impact sequence. So where it's a little bit more dramatized. It's very interesting how they've handled it. I've been watching that Apothecary Diaries. Never seen it, but I saw some clips and it looks cool. Yeah, it sounds confusing. Well, it's just because I think it's got to do with the main hero or the leading hero's ability set based on the trailers from before the first season dropped. I think it's got to do with his abilities. Like this weird, interesting parallel world type thing almost. But basically, the visual shift actually aids in the storytelling in a very clear way so that you know when you're happening in the story. So a large portion of season 1 actually happens in 3D because we're getting establishment. Happens in 2D because we're getting establishment for a lot of the characters. But especially in the beginning, and I can definitely say in the last episode, there's 3D, and it's beautiful 3D. Like, very, very gorgeous looking 3D. So I can recommend it at this point, honestly. Like, it is a very, very, very satisfying visual feast. So, And there was an episode today that made me cry, so it got it right. And I don't cry for things easy when it comes to storytelling. So, flip. It got it good. It got it good. But now it is time to dive into some Final Fantasy XIV madness. I can't procrastinate any further. I got confused with reading the Song of Fire and Ice books and the change of perspective, so stuff like that might be a hard watch. Yeah, like, I know that To Be Hero X at the moment is leading up to a tournament. In I think the last episode we're introduced to a tournament of some description. Which is why it's changing between multiple characters' stories so much that you can kind of get an idea of who they are and why you should care about this tournament thing. But of the stories that I have seen thus far, they have been very, very appealing as independent arcs. So it's not so much that the POV is changing quite so much as you are getting to observe multiple short stories in a row that you can see all happen in the same world and are leading towards something. And in this period, we've gotten a lot of mysteries thrown at us, but also a lot of little clues tying things together as well. So some questions have been answered a little bit, or at least given a name to certain things. And other things have been insinuated in interesting ways, which I'm looking forward to seeing how those are going to tie together. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of that season. Yeah, I think I'm just under halfway through. So yeah, it's something I can recommend. Even if you're usually not used to things that change perspective a lot, I think it's pretty easy to follow. With the exception of there being something at, I think, around the end of episode 3 or 4, which just leaves you with all of the questions. I'm not going to say what it is, but it leaves you with all of the questions and you question reality for a little bit. But then you say, okay, don't think too hard and just continue on with the next arc, and we see where that's going to take us later. So I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about that. And I do not know why my tracking keeps breaking, because it's definitely between VTube Studio and my VBridger. I have no idea what's breaking, but anyway. Okay, now back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let's see if we can get our brains in tanking mode. And if I'm lucky, that should now be the correct thing. Yeah. So here presently we've got no real background music, but we should be able to hear Alex dancing. Hello, Alex. Hi. Hello. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, wind, or water, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Lovely. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. Okay, so it's a fetch quest first. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lanosia, where the Sapsa spawning grounds of Ugamaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Okay, so I've got to go to Ugamaro first. Where is that? Lanosia. Okay. Camp Overlook, let's go. Map away. And let me just grab my companion here. Put you on healer mode. Now, where exactly am I trying to go? In here? And open with that. Okay. And then... Yes, okay. Thank you. Partying up, woohoo! And now, let's see, we need to go to the Sapsa spawning grounds in airport. Let's see. I'm looking for general that way direction, yeah. And this is gonna be... here-ish. Past these corals. Is this going to be up or down? Up or down? Yeah, okay. That's quite a lot going on. Okay, let's just get rid of these guys quickly. Okay, let's see. Survey the area. And deal with you. we go. That works. And now back to Mordona. And there's the guy we need to talk to again. Alright. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman strongholds? Good news. So these are the famed, flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing compared to these. Their purity is astounding. Hello, Keith. Welcome in, welcome in. How goes? You have done well, Raptor. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanlin. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the Exile in the hills of Kurthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. The fetch quest continues. Yeah, okay, fine. The fetch quest continues. So, where's this gonna be? Can I go? Can I fly there? I don't want to waste all of my gil unnecessarily. I really don't want to waste all of my gil unnecessarily. There we go. It's going well, just eating a veggie burger while playing Warframe. Ah! Enjoy your grubbage? Southern, and I'm presently way far away. Ugh. Fine. We're gonna teleport because that's gonna be a long flight. Okay. And we sit, and we do the thing. Okay. And then the last one is in Kurthus. 500 gil, ugh. Alright, let's do the thing. And that is in a general that way direction, okay. Gotta get around the mountain, because I don't think I can fly over that. Or can I? I could in fact get around the mountain this way, okay. And of course there is a fate down there, which I kind of really don't want to get involved in. But it's fine. Doot 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 doot. For supposedly under heavy guard, that was kind of pretty chill. For under heavy guard, that was pretty chill. And complete. Raptor, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beastmen? Yes, sir, we did indeed. Here you go. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we're now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defences, they needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Of course you will. Because it's never quite so simple. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. When I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it's not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Uldar seemed like the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as a new batch of stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I'm well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I'm not an impatient man. I am impatient to get inside this tower now, yes. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savoury parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment of our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. Okay. To Ulda! Let's go. Let's go to Ulda. Ah. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fetch quests for a bit, yeah. I wasn't sure, so that's why I didn't start it off, but I'm not entirely upset about that, because it at least gives me a chance to at least find my WASD keys, right? Kind of helpful to not get lost in that, at the very least. So... it's okay. Besides, it gives me a chance to read and practice speaking a little bit as well. Now, let's see. Ah, Master Citadel! Welcome, welcome! What brings you here, if I may ask? I bring money. Give me stuff. You're here on behalf of the Sons of Saint Koinach. Oh, what fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Raster Rambros with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of the fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may still be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Please speak with Jamim over the... I do beg pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Oh, come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Oh wait, this is Biggs. He's got the high-pitched voice and the Irish accent. Ah! I bring money and give me stuff. I shall use this whenever I go into a shop now. Well, I am glad if that becomes a new part of your lexicon, Alex. Huzzah! Okay, now, remembering, Biggs has high-pitched voice and an Irish accent. Okay. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a medley meal for a year or 2. Hey, Biggs! Raptor! It's been too long! What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? That sand, apparently. Well now, this is quite the money pouch. The sound of so many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the bloomin' ether sand, aren't you? Yeah.